Uh-oh. Now host has ended the game.
Why are you not working? Say something. Again. That's better.
Yes. Hello. How we sounding? How we doing?
There we go.
Oh, there's a new code. New code for the room. 4KDC89. 4KDC89.
Dear Lord, dear Lord. The stream goes hot in 2 minutes.
Nicaria. G Nicaria is host now.
He was the host last time.
Oh, really? That's Pezza? Okay.
Stream goes hot in 2 minutes. I think I need to turn you up in Discord a little bit. Something like that.
Oh, really?
I think that's pretty good. I think we're good. Say something again.
Yes, sir. How we doing? How's it sounding? It's a good. Okay, BMW liveries are showing up. Looks like they're all showing up on my end now. I am here.
Yeah, that's pretty darn close.
Close? Closies. That sounds about right to me.
Alright, I'm happy that the audio's good. I'm gonna start the feedback off. And
You know what that tells me with the liveries is it has as much to do with the host of the lobby as anything else.
maybe. Okay, I need to get Jaeger Link. I'm slacking here. Oh my god. I'm so fired. Oh boy. Copy link. I'm sure Jaeger does. It's just not. I haven't put it on the list yet though. Now I cannot list it.
Copy.
out to the stint before I can go get mine.
Oh no.
Edit title and description. Oh.
5 minutes to go.
Hey, you watching? You got the stream running in the background?
No. I was actually going to do that. I'm glad you said that. There's my phone. I had it on, but then I had to go looking for the lobby code again.
Fire up my laptop so I can do exactly that.
Okay, yep, stream isn't quite going yet. From what I can see.
As soon as the stream starts, I want to zip it for a minute.
Yep.
Alright, well, I got a minute. When the race starts, if you want to watch the back half while I watch the first half, the things kind of sort themselves out. And then
Yep.
we'll start to go through the field type thing.
Yes, sir.
If you go into info for comms in the broadcasting section of the Discord, all the team car numbers and their names are posted right there at the very bottom of that channel right now.
Right.
I don't remember them right off the snap. It'll take me a little bit.
I can never remember them, so. There's a few that I remember. Alien was one of them. Inferno, S7R.
I need to be on the stream anyway, so.
I've got the stream pulled up, but still not live yet.
Yeah, just getting my link. I don't know. I mean, I just sent it to him like 5 minutes ago, so. I'm on my stream, the actual streaming software right now. I'm running for my visuals on my sound too, so if I need to make any adjustments, I can do it right on the fly. Should be.
Project One Racing, my team.
I thought, yeah. Oh my god. Jaeger's not producing right now? What? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. What? Jaeger? What? It says you're a producer in the schedule. What is going on?
Right? I was gonna say, I thought he was producing the first two.
What? Oh no. Oh, what the? Oh my god. straight panic right now, dude. Oh my
All right,
god.
I'm gonna
Just
type
keep
in
the
the.
chat informed here. Oh, I had what? No. Oh.
I'm gonna type in the lobby chat. Wait 5 minutes.
Fuck. I don't know if they can. Oh. Oh.
Oh, shit! He's already started.
Oh my god.
The green lights and they're off. Do your thing, man. If it's recording,
dude, I needed time this morning to figure all this out still. Oh no.
They're just on their outlap.
Oh, I hate you right now, Jaeger. You don't even know. When it does not say that in the Discord, I'm a little pissed. Oh my god. Oh, come on. Oh my god, Jaeger, you're putting too much on me at once right now. I need you to back the fuck off, homie. Please, hold on. Oh my god. He wants me to put it public. Hold on. Oh, Jaeger. Okay. I need you to do this while I do the back end, so just hold on here. Apparently the stream needs to be public. No. My laptop's loading. I mean, the problem is my laptop. I needed an hour before. Oh my. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be live on IRO's channel in just a moment here while my equipment gets warmed up, apparently. And Nolander's Gtec the start of the race for everybody while I get this dealt with. So it's, you do your thing here for a minute, my guy.
Copy that. We'll go. Approaching the start-finish line, all of them 2 in a row. They're off. Lewis gets off to a great start. Thib right in line behind him. All of them are already going into single file. First 7, 8. Now they're all, and we got a couple 2 wide in the background. Looking good. Clean start to this race as we expected. We do have a caution out on the track. 1 car got left behind. That is France K88. Not entirely sure what has happened to him. The rest of the field is moving on accordingly. Everybody is looking good, clean, and sound. Lewis leading the way in the Ferrari. Cruising 777 team in the Porsche. Thib racing directly behind him, all up in his business. I think that's Infinite Octane. I don't know. Oh, I haven't remembered all the names yet. 2 BMWs in P3 and P4 following it directly behind are the 2 more Porsches for AMS Windfire and Distinct. All of them in a pretty little row. We have the Mercedes in P7, Carlock in P8. Timgren in P9. 10 is another Porsche. And Natu. Picasso in P11 in the Mazda. K88 just coming out of the pits here. I think he had to stop for damage repairs for Project 1 Racing. is quite quick, and he's actually not all that far behind the rest of the pack. 15 seconds, amazingly enough, is all he is behind the pack. I don't really get it. It's very short hit in delta. Bear with, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting some things worked out on the back, and it is Lewis in T1. Has just under a half second lead to Fib Racing, the 777 car. Chile. It's got to be Infinite Octane. It is in the BMW up into P3, followed by Nixo, the other BMW in P4. Distinct Jeesh in P5 in the S7R Porsche. We have AMS Windfire. Ooh, and Punisher taking a look for my team. He does get the job done. Ooh, 2 battles right in a row, 2 passes on the inside. It's Harlock getting a move done as well. Or no, it was a Timgren getting around Harlock rather. So
I'm just following the front of the pack right now, so sorry, I do apologize to the viewers. I've got technical issues. I'm just trying to get the main stream up, so bear with, please, ladies and gentlemen. Back to Nolander.
Copy that, copy that. Yeah, bear with. Bear with. It is being figured out, y'all. Timgren in P8, Harlock P9. We have Matu right all up on the business of Harlock in its Porsche versus Porsche. All over the track in Mazda, Goncazo in P11, France K88 in P12 for Project 1 Racing. Lewis still leading this race with Fib Racing in just behind him. Both drivers get a little bit wide there. In fact, the first 5-6 cars are touching dirt. Coming into Paddock Hill, everybody's really on the dirt here and there. You can see every one of them really using every inch and then some of this racetrack. It is just in P5, followed by my team's Punisher in that lovely looking AMG in P6, Windfire here in P7, followed very closely by a Timgren. Timgren is on the move. He is really pushing hard, trying to grab positions when and where he can. He is all over the back of Windfire currently. Little touch of the grass here and here by just about every driver in the field, really utilizing every inch of the track, keeping just enough of that tire on the road surface, the tarmac. I believe it's a tarmac surface. I can't remember. Sure looks like it to me. Matu in P10 kind of got himself a good little gap to Goncazo. 2 seconds is within 0.3 of a second of Harlock. It is still Lewis leading this race. Lewis also with the fastest lap of the race thus far. Fib just in behind him, so it's Ferrari, Porsche, BMW. Oh, and Nix Jeesh moves up into P4, just gets around Nixo there. Great pass by Jeesh getting around the BMW. For the elite, I think that's Elite Racing Squad. I cannot remember. It was the elite team. We'll just call it that. For one of the BMWs. Now it is my team Punisher in P6, trying to catch up to Nixon within 0.7 of a second. Boy, Audi utilizing that is great delivery, utilizing every bit of the track as they come back into Paddock Bend. Very, very technical corner is that for me at least. You've got to get that just right. The entrance is ever so important for the exit. So it is the Timgren in P7. Now trying to catch back up to Punisher. Punisher with a 2-second gap over a Timgren. Timgren, though, is pulling purples currently, trying to get caught back up. Guys, gals, if you are still on the other, go to the link that has been posted in there and you can actually see the race. So, thank you all for bearing with us here as we sort out some unforeseeable issues, as you all know. That's just kind of the stream of life. So it is a Timgren here in P7, followed by Windfire, and a little bit of a battle going on back here with Harlock still being chased down by Matthew. And P10, Transcape does move out of last place up into P11. Just 13 seconds, 13.6 seconds now down from Matu. That is a gain of 4 seconds since the last I looked. So France K88 really putting in the work here and is absolutely on the move. 8 laps into 90 laps. I believe that'll be actually 89 laps. So we are going to be putting in the laps here today at Brands Hatch. Hope you all enjoy every one of them. It is Lewis still leading this race, has from the get-go. And Thib Racing just within a half second, 0.6 of a second of him, as has been the case for the start of this race. It is Infinite Octane in P3 in the BMW. Great looking livery is that. Very good color combination, if I do say so myself. That deep red, almost a maroonish color, really goes well with the white and the black. It is just a sheesh for S7R and the Porsche in just behind him. And sheesh holds the fastest lap of the race thus far with a 1:22.986 and is currently pulling purples as well. Nixon here, BRS Nixon, and the other BMW, the Elite team in P5. It is a racing squad. I thought I had remembered that. However, my team, Punisher here in P6, in the beautiful looking AMG out on track, putting in that work, has gotten within 1 second of Nixo here. I think I said Nixon. My apologies if I did. Timgren, though, in P7 is falling back. Oh no. Rather, let's see. It was Windfire that is falling back from Timgren. Apologies. So Windfire 2.3 seconds behind a Timgren, 2.4 seconds behind that. In P8, 3 Porsches in a row. So it's Windfire, Harlock, and Matthew holding P8, 9, and 10. France K88 still zipping along putting in some very consistent lap times here. Lap 5, 124.058. Next lap, 124.5 or 0.156 rather. So within 1/10 of a second, we have a 124.094, 124.102. Absolutely laying it down with some consistency. Definitely different tire strategies being utilized here today at Brands Hatch, and we absolutely expected to see that. It's going to make for a good show, y'all. Brands Hatch brings out some really great racing. You have to be an opportunistic racer, and oh boy, Chili gets really wild there coming out of turn 2. Really slideways there, back and forth fishtail, and it does manage to keep it under wraps. Does the driver for Inferno. So great job there. That BMW can certainly be an absolute beast. And oh boy, here we go. She's taking a look to the outside, thinks better of it, just does dive right back in behind Chili there. Looking to get a move done, but unable to do so thus far. He is all over his business. He wants into that final podium position, and he's working hard to get there. Uses a little bit of grass there. He's just doing a little yard maintenance is all. Little landscaping help from these drivers here today at Brands Hatch. Also something that is definitely expected. Really surprised me. Not really seeing anything too detrimental as far as an off-track goes. Very easy to do here at Brands Hatch with the very narrow track. Throughout the entirety of the track, you can't go too wide, obviously. Very difficult to do, and you really got to trust the driver in behind you. Let's see, who was that? That was Punisher getting a little bit sideways there in the background. Holding on to P7, has a 2.1 second advantage over Windfire, so Windfire grabbing a couple of tenths back from Punisher here thus far, but that AMG still within 1 second of the 10 grid in the Porsche. That's the 911. Yeah. Yep. Big enough. I think it was. We have a couple of cars that are the 911 and a couple that are the 92. This car for Matthew, I hope I'm saying that right. If I'm not, I do apologize. He is in that 992. Absolutely incredible car. Again, still within 5/10 of a second of Harlock for his best lap thus far. And through Paddock Hill Bend and into turn 2, the 3 Porsches go. Is that Windfire? Indeed it is. Windfire really utilizing every inch of the racetrack thus far. Harlock kind of a sandwich in between Windfire and Matthew currently. France, let's see, 14.3 second. He is actually he's lost a second since last time we look at him, but still out there just laying it down, being super duper consistent. Look at that. Lap 9, 124.
All right, sorry to cut in there, Nolander. We are live back over on the IRO YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize for the delay. I had some technical difficulties on the back end getting the stream live over onto the main the channel, so we are hot and good to go over there. Thanks for everybody's patience. Let's get to the actual race. Let's get you guys through the cars. Nolander, you were clutch. Thanks for taking over, my man.
Oh. Absolutely, no worries, man. That's why I was here. I knew I needed to be here. Yay me, look at me go. Oh.
All right, so yeah, I'm not quite up to speed as I was slightly panicking and behind the scenes, trying to sort this out. But welcome in, everybody. I'm your other host, GT45 Gaming, and let's get to the racing here. So, big battle here for third and fourth place. We'll stick with this here for a moment, as Distinct is going to get the job done here. Nice little pass right there in that Porsche on the BMW driver. This is Brands Hatch, so it is a very tight, narrow racetrack, and is going to either separate the field a lot, because guys are just going to be dipping tires into the grass, especially the sector 8 right here, and having a couple of moments like that Mercedes dipped right there. It's a little give and take, or we're going to have a really crazy, fast-paced, tight race all race long. Yes, one or two things are going to happen here today. With this field of drivers, I think we're going to see a pretty action-packed race here today. Lap traffic's going to definitely factor in here. And as the tires wear down, things should be quite interesting.
Man, it certainly is. You weren't joking. That's what I'm seeing going on too. Basically, all the drivers are just kind of biding their time right now, and you have to be an opportunistic racer here at Brands Hatch. Pick your moments and go for those passes when they present themselves available to you.
Alright. We are kicking here, so apologies to IRO there, as we are a good solid 5 minutes or so late into the stream here, about 10 minutes I guess. But we're rocking, we're rolling here. It is the 8 hours of Brands Hatch. This is round 3 of the International Racing Organization GT Endurance Championship, and this is our third season at the helm here from IRO. So it's been great racing all throughout the first 2 seasons, and the level of competition has been absolutely stepped up through both our splits this season. And I mean, we are looking at some of the upper echelon and some of the best drivers in the world here right now on track, racing it out for the 8 hours of Brands Hatch. Different little track this season. Don't see Brands Hatch very often in endurance racing, so this is definitely going to be a challenge for our racers here today.
Yeah, it certainly will be. They're going to be putting an extreme amount of laps, and throughout the duration of this 8 hours, looking at somewhere between nearly 400 laps by the time it's all said and done. And that's 400 opportunities to get it wrong. It's not quite 400. I think rather it'll probably be around 360, somewhere in that number. But definitely lots of opportunities to get it wrong. Lots of opportunities for very tight battling, as it is such a very tight track. Plenty of opportunities to make a good pass, such as out of Xerxes and down the main back straight. They're a really good place to pass. Other than that, it is quite a difficult track to get a good clean pass on. You can get one coming out of Paddock Hill Bend and into turn 2. Also another good place to pass, but other than that, you kind of just have to stay in line and wait for your opponent to make a little bit of a bobble, which with this caliber of drivers really doesn't happen all that often. I'll tell you, every racer makes mistakes.
Lots of little two-way battles kind of starting to develop right here all the way through the top 10 that I'm seeing here, and then we have drivers that have possibly made mistakes very early on here, a little bit off the pace of the race, perhaps already had to make a pit stop due to damage-related issues. I'm not 100% sure there. Maybe Nolander can touch base with that a little bit, but
we did have an off France K88 at the very beginning, and I didn't see whether or not he had damage, but he did immediately go into the pits, so I would have to conclude that that is certainly the case. Caso also has had to drop in to the pits very early on, so my guess is that he had an off somewhere that I missed and incurred some damage and had to go and remedy that.
absolutely. All right, so we got a good battle happening here right now for 5th place overall as the Feel Good Racing team gets the job done on the BMW there. So the 73 BMW dropping a spot right there, the ERS car, I believe. Bear with me, I'm a little frazzled this morning, ladies and gentlemen. We got to get my brain to get into race mode here. But battles are very precise and quick here. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of hard battling happening right immediately when there's a pass. You see the attacker or the defender. If they realize that they don't have that position, they're just kind of allowing it to happen, not giving it up, so to speak, but not full fighting for it either right now. A little too early in the race, I think, for that. And on the note of a couple teams that had the early incidents that set them a little bit back, best time to do it is right first thing in the race, in my opinion. That way you have the whole race to use strategy and just put it down to the floor and send it and see if you can make that time up. So as long as they can keep clean runs here now down in 11th and 12th place here, anything can happen. Anything can happen. We've seen it happen lots of times here at IRO where it looks like a team is down and out and all of a sudden they start charging through the pack. A little bit of strategy, a little bit of good luck maybe in some cases, and a whole lot of patience and skill behind the wheel of these cars. So anything can happen.
For sure, we see it time and again where just consistency rather over raw pace over the duration of an endurance race is really going to produce good benefits. And that's what these drivers really have to focus on now. They really have to just focus on their own race, putting down good quality, consistent lap times, and just running their own race, not necessarily worrying about what's going on out in front of them or behind them, but keeping in mind that they may have to alter their strategies. As you alluded to a bit there, GT45, a good strategy call now can really make up some of that time loss early on in the race.
Absolutely. Apparently the sound is not very good, so we're just working on that. Bear with, ladies and gentlemen. I noticed that the picture was a little bit fuzzy here as well, so I'm not sure what the deal is with that.
So stream is really crisp. That's crisp.
I'm working on it.
Meanwhile, it is Lewis still leading the race. Thib racing here in that Porsche for the beginning of this race. Distinct change for SMR though really has been making moves here. You can see why right there. Absolutely using every millimeter of the racetrack whilst keeping under control, and that's the key part right there. You gotta keep that under control, right? Ooh-wee, Thib is getting a little squirrely there, but geez, really is closing in on these front two runners who have been running this whole race out in front this whole time. And Geesh is looking to put a little bit of pressure on those guys, which could create a very interesting scenario here with these two front runners. When Geesh catches up, it's going to put Thib into a position to have to make the choice to whether try and get around Lewis and take that first place and try to start running away, or if he's going to sit there and kind of have to go defensive, which could allow Lewis to break away. And I'm sure in the front runner, that's exactly what Lewis is hoping for out here. Start to notice some of these drivers dropping off in pace a little bit as per usual due to tire degradation. Start to burn through a little bit of fuel now in most most cases, right about a quarter of a tank. Thus far, 21 laps in. And we're going to see these cars get a little bit lighter, a little bit faster for those that are on the mediums, but for those that chose to go on to these softs, we're going to start seeing those lap times kind of drop off a little bit. And you know what? That's all right. That's all a part of the strategy. It's all a part of racing, and the racers will deal with that as it comes. Obviously, when pit stops in endurance racing, it's kind of a thing. So it is chilly here in Q4. Seconds of these front runners, but definitely starting to fall off there for Inferno team a bit. Tingren 1.2 seconds in behind here in P5. It is Nixo in P6. The other BMW, the elite BMW, also I'm loving that livery too. Very well done. Love the color shift there. His best sector currently. They're coming out of turn 2. Really getting a good run there. So it is Punisher for my team here in P7 in that lone Mercedes AMG. Absolutely fantastic car is that right there. Quite a stable car. It is also quite a heavy feeling car too. So you really got to get used to that. Not a car that I would be particularly settled with around Brands Hatch. It is much more suited for these MR cars or rear engine cars. Basically the Porsches and the Ferraris. Things like that are going to do considerably better here than these front engine, rear wheel drive, high power cars that are, well, you know, such as the BMWs and, you know, the AMG. They're going to have a little bit of a rougher time here at Brands Hatch today. But it will certainly be interesting to see how that works out for those drivers. I mean, obviously it can be done. They're doing it. They're doing well. So P8 is in this qualifier. Still leading this backpack for Harlech in P9. The 3 Porsche trio here and Matu in P10. Flipping along still, a little bit of separation happening between the 3 of them. Not a great deal of separation, about 1 second for each one of them. Franz K88 here still clipping along in P11, pulling a purple sector there as well. And it is Yankazo in Lone Mazda. Interesting choice of car, and they've stuck with it through here in round 3 for the Portugal team here. Really liking that Mazda they are, because they could have changed it by now, but they've opted not to, and so they're happy with their car and just looking for things to go a little bit better and more their way, as it has not today. Let's see here. So Lewis still leading.
Okay, go ahead and do your thing. I'll try to follow you here.
Copy. Lewis still leading the race. They're racing still in P2. Both cars pulling best sectors though. It is Geesh to see Geesh still holds fastest lap on the track thus far, but I do believe we're starting to see what I had aforementioned. Tire degradation, I speed is starting to come into play here now because that hard charge from Geesh is starting to slow down just a little bit. He is still within 1 second of these two front runners. That charge seems to have slowed down a little bit. I would have thought by now he'd have been a little bit closer to P2 and starting to put the pressure on him, but that has not happened here thus far, so that tells me there's a little something different going on in the tire strategies here. It is chilly here in P4 in that Inferno BMW. Brilliant looking livery there, being chased down by a Timgren still, and a Timgren really is starting to put the pressure on. 0.3 of a second as they come into Xerxes onto the back stretch. The M6 does get a great exit though, but now being strong in the slipstream, Timgren coming right back up into tight 0.3 of a second. These mid-engine or rear-engine cars definitely a bit lighter, a bit more nimble, very well suited for a track such as Brands Hatch, one of my personal favorites. I used to absolutely despise this track when I first started racing it, and then I got to learn it, and I got to love it. Now within 0.2 of a second. He's really starting to put the pressure on now. Coming up into turn 1. Through Paddock Hill Bend. Into turn 2. Tight.
Moving on. Sorry, I'm still working in the back end here.
You're good, my guy. You're good. Do your thing. Do your thing.
Alright, I'm working on the quality issue, chat. Honestly, there's not much I can do about it. It's 1080 from the streaming PC to my YouTube channel, but for some reason it's only 720 through the process we're using. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but I think that's the best we're going to get today, unfortunately, so I do apologize for that. I have to completely shut everything down, refire everything back up, and we can't do that, so...
Chili making a brilliant move. Oh,
where?
Round the outside P3 and P4, get a replay on that. That was a brilliant move from a Timgren, getting around that BMW there. Brilliant move around the outside. So now it's BMW in P5 and P6. That Inferno team, BMW, falling back through the order as his opponent in the M6 is climbing. Nixo, I believe, started like at least P7, if not P8, maybe even P9, I don't know, but he has been steadily climbing, having himself a good start to this race, just 27 laps in. Did you get a replay?
I mean, we did. We're getting back on the ball here. I've done everything I can to get the stream to settle down, get the audio corrected up. Hopefully it's working better for everybody. Again, I apologize. For the 720, there's nothing we can do about that right now. We're just going to have to go back to retrovision from the 2010s for a little bit here. But great racing here so far. I mean, as Nolander was stating on these MR cars, they're definitely going to be a lot more nimble here at Brands Hatch because it's a technical racetrack. It's a small, very technical racetrack, and that's what MRs are good at. That's what they're designed and suited for the most part. They're not designed on pure raw power like we see on these real big racetracks like Daytona, Bathurst, Spa, Le Mans, even the Nürburgring 24-hour. The MR cars are suited for a track like this, so we would expect to see them applying pressure up in the front end of the field for sure. But still, at the end of the day, we know with Gran Turismo, it's not necessarily the car, more the person behind the wheel handling the machinery. And the BMWs, I mean, they're fighting hard here. So, not taking away from our front-engine rear-wheel drive cars here, as there's plenty of MR cars in the mid-pack and in the back of the field here as well. But we are starting to see the 11th place drivers close in a little bit here as well now. We've got that gap to just under 13 seconds at this point. And then we head down to 12th place here, minute 51 behind. Just a little over a lap down currently here on the racetrack, but lots of time left in the race. So All right, can finally get through the field here. I can kind of get into my rhythm here a little bit. Again, I apologize, everybody. We'll do better in Stint 4, I promise. Rocking and rolling now. Again, hopefully everything settles down. It just maybe because I'm live streaming and running the IRO stream at the same time. Plus Discord and all the multiple things that are moving and grooving right now. It literally could be just a transfer issue between all the equipment. We're not sure, but rocking and rolling here. And again, thank you for everybody's patience. We always love this community, our fans and our racers here for always being patient. We've had a tough go on the production side here this season with just little mistakes like again the one this morning. I apologize on behalf of myself. That's on me. And the most important thing is we got the race going here. So our Sector 7 esports team essentially here, our number 7 car up into 3rd place, 1.7 seconds in behind our top 2 there. So top 3 are very tight, only separated by just less than 3 seconds right now. So getting a little battle really hopefully here from the podium. Started P4, says one of the members in the chat. I'm watching 2 chats right now too, so.
That's always
so. There we go. International Racing Organization has chipped in on the quality issue, so we may need to. It just means I might need to stream in 1440p. If that's the case of what our IRO staff is saying, we may have to just change the quality I stream in, perhaps.
Copy that.
Perhaps. I think that the transfer process is killing the resolution down by a notch, basically.
Could be something to do with the Ninja not Ninja right now.
No, that makes sense. Tech stuff.
Yeah.
Above my pay grade as far as I'm concerned. We let the smarter people handle that.
Yeah. All the cogs and bits not quite meshing. Yeah, streamer stuff, man. Streamer stuff. The race goes on, though. Lewis has put a second on Fib. Fib has been within generally a half a second all race long. And wow, both racers go a little wide there at Paddock Hill Bend. Not a surprise. They've been doing it all day and holding on to that race car. But as we have more tire degradation coming on, it's stretching out like that could start to become an issue.
And I mean, that's the line ultimately you're looking for in Brown's Hatch there is really to use that curb as racetrack essentially, but it's a fine line because you get into the dirt there and that could cause you some really good problems. We got a good battle here right now for 5th place between the BMWs here again, and it is going to be a positional change here, so I can't think of the team names off the top of my head here. I haven't speeched today. Inferno, yep, that's it. Thank you. Losing a position there too. Whatever number the BMW is, Elite. Thank you. See, I'm glad you're on it this morning. For real.
By the time I get to my extent for commentary, I might have them down. We'll see. I doubt it. My memory's horrible. You know that.
All right, so number 4, Car to Portugal All-Stars team here, sitting in pit lane, and the Mad Gas Man is not doing his thing. The team is looking at the car here, so things are not looking good there for the RX division at the moment here. We'll keep our eye on that situation as the drivers look like they're starting to make pit stops. It could just be a visual error that we were seeing there, but it did not look like a service was being done to the car at that particular moment. And yeah, I think we're going to start seeing a series of pit stops. Usually one leads to another, so we should be seeing a pit stop sequence here happening very soon, I would imagine.
Indeed, Geesh, stopping for his first pit of the race, is now jumped back out on track into 7th position. Obviously on cold shoes underneath that there race car, and really all over Punisher, just giving it the beans already, and love to see that. Looked like a great pit stop, and here he goes to the inside, coming out of Xerxes and out on the back stretch. Is he going to get the move done? Absolutely he does. Very good clean pass right there, right off the get-go from coming out of the pits. He is already working his way back up to the front of the pack. He wants to chase down P1 and P2 in the form of Lewis and Thib. Racing there, who have led this race from the get-go, 31 laps into the race, and boy howdy, things are really tight. Look at this pack from, let's see, P4 through P9 are all very, very close together for being 32 laps into a race. As GT45 was alluding to earlier, this is probably what we're going to see here. These racers, again, they really have to be mindful of when and where they try to make a pass on this very tight technical track. Brands Hatch being in quite difficult to pass on, really only two optimal places to do so. And that would be coming out of Paddock Hill Bend into turn 2, or coming out of Xerxes onto the back stretch as they are now. And really, other than that, it's just kind of wait and see if the driver in front of you makes a mistake and try to make the most of it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Mistakes cost you at Brands Hatch, that's for sure. Especially with tight quarters racing like this, a little mistake costs you 2-3 positions really quickly. You get one car inside of you, and then you're checking out. They let that car through, so make sure you don't make contact on re-entry, and then all of a sudden somebody else sees the door open and tries to slip through it, and now you've got yourself a battle potentially for 2-3 positions. And we're seeing that right in the mid pack here right now. We got a bunch of Porsches all very, very close together with this Mercedes, kind of tucked right in the middle of them all here, and game on. Undercut strategy being played out here by the Sector 7 Blazer car. They're going to be fast right now. They're definitely going to make up some positions on track right now, but is that big undercut going to pay off for them at the end of the day is the bigger question.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, he is holding the fastest lap on track and pulling purples currently. Again, like I said, he is on the move now. It won't be, I'm guessing, 5 laps before he's got himself back into, and that's tops, before he puts himself back into P3, who now belongs to a Tim Grin. Been on charge all race long. Tim Grin's been looking really sharp out there today. Brands Hatch being a track circuit, rather, whichever one it actually technically is. Maybe you could allude to that a little bit more, but definitely a racetrack that requires the ultimate amount of concentration, and any lapse thereof could really, really ruin a race day.
Absolutely. Back to this four-way battle here for 6th place right now, as Geesh continues to close in on 4th place. So we're kind of trying to keep our eye on both spots here at the moment. But when you got 4 cars within a second and a half of each other, you know that something's going to happen here eventually. So we're going to jump back and forth here for a minute, keep our eyes on both situations as best we can here. And Geesh has basically closed in on the rear bumper here for that 4th position.
Make a move. Yep, he's going to make a move coming out of Xerxes. I can see it already.
Definitely looking for the line. There isn't a line there for him, though. No door was open there, so he's just sitting patient right now. But he is going to try and use the straight here before the sweeping right-hander to get the job done. I have to familiarize myself with all the corners here in Brands Hatch as well today, so get that sorted out here before the final broadcast today as well. We're on a roll today. We're just on a roll today.
He does get the job done. Geesh up into 4th place now, 1.7 seconds in behind Tim Grin now. It is not going to be long before he catches that driver up as well. Already knocked 0.2 of a second off of that, 0.3 in just 2 corners. So really on the move is Geesh. He's going all in here today. Still, Lewis and Thib leading this race. They both have a 10-second gap over the rest of the field, over P3, basically separating by 11 seconds now. Lewis and Thib just really focused, hard driving right now. They are not going to relinquish those positions for some time.
No, it doesn't seem like it anyways. They're definitely definitely going to try and hold on to it. We got the My Team Esports Mercedes starting to apply some pressure on the BMW here right now. Then we got these two Porsches just kind of lurking in the background. So we're going to have a big, fat, juicy battle happening here
that's
very,
going to
very
be the
soon.
pass. Yep, that's going to be the pass right there. Punisher's going for it. He's going to be, he's got the move done. Into team P6 for My Team. Up the field he goes. Chili falling back into P7, now coming under attack from Windfire. Windfire looking to get around that BMW as well.
Absolutely, and that great driver here with Windfire as well. So I'm just trying to get myself Apex Motorsports team. My memory's starting to come back to me a little bit here. And the pass coming into the final corner here. He takes a look. Doesn't quite have the steam there. The BMW giving lots of room there, lots of respect being shown by the drivers, but now that's turned us into a very key three-way battle heading into Paddock Hill Bend here. And he's going to take a look on the outside there, but can't get a job done. Just trying to get some clean air. Going to go look for the over-under. That's being countered here. And it's a battle, a little bit of a touch, and it's battle between the Porsches here. And it's going to be a hard
done.
Absolutely. This is some hot racing here right now. We expected to see some paint being swapped, some tires being bounced against each other here at Brands Hatch. A very tight, narrow racetrack. At the pace these guys are running at here today, we're going to see a little bit of touches here and there. We're going to see a little bit of body crinkles in the body work here and there. And, well, those great body work guys, the painters are back in the booth, will have their work cut out for them in the off rounds again, as always. But great battling here on the racetrack, and that's what we like to see. So here we go. We're going to go jump back into the middle of this battle now, as we're still looking now with team the ERA Esports team here. Black, is it? I think this is black. Can't remember which color code this one is. Putting the pressure on. This is our last season's defending champions as well here in that gold and silver Porsche 992, applying the pressure on the Apex Motorsports, or My Team. No, not My Team. Chili. That's not the right team at all. It's not coming back to me at all.
It's Inferno.
Thank you, Inferno. It says it right on the side of the car too. Like, wake up. No, and a pit stop. So there we go. Porsche's now battling it out for that position here. As
I knew that was coming.
As soon as I can find the right spot. Can't find the right spot. There it is. And Harlech now trying to apply some pressure on. Oh my goodness, on Windfire here. Yeah. We're losing it, Chad. It's okay. Hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome, everybody. We are live back on the IRO main YouTube channel as well. We had a little technical difficulty to start the race. Lost about the first 10 minutes of the race, so I do apologize about that. But it is live over there as well, everybody. That is hanging on my end of things. We appreciate support no matter where it is you're watching, however.
Absolutely. The racing community is just fantastic about that. Those kind of things, always supporting us through all of our bobbles. And hey, man, you messed it up. I did. And they're just cool like that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's unfortunate about the quality for the thing here. I don't understand why it's doing that.
It should be a clean transfer, but transfers don't often go down that way. And a little bit of separation now from Lewis to Thib Racing, 1.1 seconds. That again, that's as big as it's really been. I haven't seen it get any higher than that. 1.2 seconds now. Thib Racing just keeping it right there, right and tidy with them. But again, for the second time now, we see Lewis just start to get a slightest little bit of separation, and it looks like this time he may be able to break the toe on that annoying little portion behind him.
Absolutely. Harlech just staying within the range enough for him to be still checking those mirrors, making sure that he knows where he is in every corner, so to speak, before they get into that braking zone. So let's get back up here. We got, of course, the number 224 Ferrari here, still kicking it. They are absolutely on a nice, good, controlled pace here right now, controlling the race, keeping that 1 second gap over our OVO 111 Porsche here right now. So these are, I believe, the current points champions here right now, coming into round 3 in second place here, trying to chase down that 224 Ferrari. And I can't remember off the top of my head who that team is either. NWR Motorsports.
P3. Who is it?
NWR Motorsport in first place.
Copy. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. 1.3 seconds now has Lewis over Fib Racing there.
Got a good battle here right now for fourth place. I apologize cutting off there, as we just seen the position change. Feel Good Racing get the job done, taking fifth place away from the BMW in behind, but he's going to respond back coming into third season. Ooh, it's a good battle here again as we head up the hill. The Porsche gets a slightly better run there. I think the BMW had to check up. I think he was just cooking a little too hot on the inside of the corner there and just had to check up a little bit to not get into the quarter battle of the Porsche there. That was just enough for the Porsche to just keep ahead there. So great battle here right now. Feel Good Racing feeling the heat from that BMW behind right now in fifth place.
I'm telling you what, Tim Grin is absolutely on fire here today at Brands Hatch. That is the second time we have seen him either make a move or hold off a move on the outside of the corner, and that is incredibly difficult to do on Brands Hatch. It is such a narrow track. You obviously can't get two cars side by side anywhere on the track, but at speed, very difficult to hold off a move or make one on the outside here at Brands Hatch. The flow is just so fast that around the outside is not necessarily the line that you want to do, but Tim Grin showing it can be done here. So great driving from Tim Grin today.
Absolutely. I mean, lots of drivers really showing some strengths here at Brands Hatch very early on in this race as well, but we're going to see at least 3 different drivers from each of the racing teams here. I believe that's the minimum required amount of drivers for the 8-hour endurance races here in the IRO GTC 2026, and I just can't monitor everything at once, unfortunately. There's so much going on that isn't right, that needs to be right.
Right, Tim Grin is 9.4 seconds off the back of Sheesh, who has now gained 3 seconds on the 2 front runners, now within 6.2 seconds of Fib Racing, who is still just right there, just outside of slip from Lewis, going from, whoa, woo-wee. Man, these drivers make me nervous, I'll tell you what, but they seem to have nerves of absolute steel around this racetrack. I have been off this track, I don't know how many times by catching the grass or the dirt like that, and they just hold it together. I don't know how they do it.
Experience. Lots of experience.
Yeah. And I guess it comes down to confidence in the car and your own personal skills too. Like, because if you don't trust the car, like, you're gonna have a knee-jerk reaction and start to try to recorrect something that doesn't even need to be recorrected, thinking that it's gonna step out on you. I've done that many a times myself. And anyhow, yeah, Jeesh now within 5 seconds of P2. Again, he is absolutely on the charge here. And getting faster and faster now. Fastest lap for lap number 40 with a 1:22.473. Fairly quick lap for a racing lap. Altogether, definitely a fast lap, but for a racing lap, that is quite quick there from the S7R Blazers team. And now we see Fib Racing diving into the pits. Actually rather surprised to see that, going for the undercut strategy on Lewis here. We'll see how that plays off for him down the line. Just taking on some new shoes and some fuel in that race car.
All right.
As Mixo in the BMW takes over P3. And you go right on ahead, my guy, whilst
Oh,
I wet my whistle.
yeah, absolutely. I was just gonna say when we seen Geesh make his pit stop, we thought for sure we were gonna see a sequence of pit stops happen there, but we actually haven't seen that happen. We're seeing quite a bit different, varying amount of strategies coming from some of the drivers here. We just seen us. It looks like a scheduled pit stop coming there from the team that just pit in there. And everybody else is still out on track, given her here. So obviously, tire selection plays a factor in. The drivers have a certain amount of tires and certain compounds that they have to use and are allowed to use throughout the race here today. So it'll be interesting to see how they manage those strategies as well. And we still got that RX-7 sitting in pit lane. So something definitely going on with that car here. We'll have to wait and see if they can get that up and running back out on track here today. But well, like I said, we'll just stay posted on that as well. And it is definitely struggling on this side.
Geesh now within 5 seconds of your race leader, who has led this race from the get-go in the form of Lewis. Are we going to see Lewis dive in while he's still holding on to that 5-second lead? Is he now going to take a pit stop here soon? Or if he's just going to keep going and just keep doing his thing as he has been all race long? We shall see. It is Nixo in the BMW Elite Racing Squad BMW in P3. Tim Grin starting to catch him though, but I'll tell you what, wow, man, boy howdy, quite the run halfway through this race, and my goodness, wow. And I don't want to say anything more than that, but just wow. That's a wow, if y'all even had a clue. So it is my team, Punisher here in P5, looking good in the Mercedes AMG out here today. A very strategic drive from that racer going on at Brands Hatch today. We do have Fib having just come out of the pit, so on a fresh set of tires for that race car, is really starting to close the gap now, and that is no surprise. He has certainly been on a tear all race long, holding down that P2 for the most of the race until the pit stop. It is Apex Motorsports Racing in P7. I think I got that right.
I believe so. The stream is lagging on IRO side right now. I'm just trying to see if there's anything I can do right now.
No worries, my guy. Do your thing. Do your thing. We got this. So it is a Windfire here, holding strong in P7 and just holding at bay. ERA's Harlock now for Team Race Asylum. Just keeping that guy at bay. I think it's more of Harlock deciding that this is just a good place to be right now. We're going to save a pinch more fuel. And wow, that is absolutely incredible. Y'all can't see it, but I can. But I'll just tell you that those two have the identical tire wear and identical fuel consumption right now. 44 laps into this race, and these two have just been right there with one another for a long time now. So France K88, here's a battle going on. It is chilly in the BMW. Taking a look around the outside now. Does the over under, is he going to get the job done? He's got a great run there. Oh man, into Paddock Hill Bend. He does get it just before the entrance of Paddock Hill Bend. Wow, great move there from Infinite Octane driver there, Chili. Great move getting the job done on France K88. France did a great job though, making him work for it, and had P9, when at one point in time he was in P12, but definitely you can see the consistency of this racer really starting to pay off. He is starting to gain those positions back just one at a time, but that's how it's done. That is how you move up the order, one racer at a time. Loving that.
Absolutely. Some drivers are definitely making lots of passes here today within their strategies here. So again, we're just working on getting the stream to settle down on the IRO side here. It did look like it was trying to kick back into 1080p at one moment in time there, and then now it seems to be struggling. So we are working on it. We're doing everything we can.
So a Tim Grid now diving into the pits, and I'll tell you what. Okay, because you guys are going to see it now. If you look at a Tim Grid, that man just ran 45 laps on a set of softs. Absolutely incredible. And he was making moves the whole way to on completely fried tires.
Yeah, it's impressive what the drivers can do right now. I mean, they just changed the tire model in the game a little while back as well, right, with different tires now. So the tire physics, in a sense, have changed as well. I mean, I have done everything I can here right now on my end to get the stream to settle down. It is not cooperating.
So it is S7R Blazers distinct Ashish here, now under a second from Lewis. Lewis now coming under threat from somebody other than NLR's Thib Racing, and now Lewis just decides, yep, time to pit. Right now is the perfect time. So it is distinct Jeesh for S7R Blazers now leading this race, and boy howdy, man, that guy uses every millimeter of the opposite side of the track that you're supposed to be on. Really looking sharp, man. I'll tell you what, and that is thin line racing right there, just absolutely on the edge of it. Powers through Xerxes there, really taking a bit of a wide entry and wide exit, but looking clean and sharp. Again, holding the fastest lap on the racetrack thus far, 47 laps into this race with a 122.473. So cooking with Crisco out there. It is Nixo now up in P2 for Elite Motorsport Racing, or Elite Racing Squad, rather. My apologies to the team. Has moved up into P2, and this driver as well for this race has just keeps continuing to climb up the order here. And again, gotta say big props to the livery maker, and the design on that car is just absolutely incredible. I am loving that. So Thib Racing now for the 7717, I believe that is. Yeah, indeed. Back up into P3, and oh, here comes Lewis now, putting him right back in check, and Lewis coming out on a brand new fresh shoes. The 224 car moves back up into P3. Thib had it just momentarily, and now the race continues on for those two, just exactly how it started. And boy howdy, I'm telling you what, I could see at the end of this stint there being a big battle between these two. Yeah, this is going to be pretty interesting to see how this works out towards the end of this. So it is my team, Punisher now, P5, 6, and 7, really starting to get close together. 4/10 separating each one of these drivers. My team, Punisher driver, holding on to P5 ahead of the two Porsche racers.
All right, thanks, Jaeger.
In the form of Windfire and Harlock. And again, these two have been just one right after another for the entirety of this race to my remembrance. Of course, can't count on that at all, but currently really trying to start to put some pressure on Punisher here in P5. So it is the Infinite Octane Racer That's correct. Is it infinite octane or is it just infinite? I forget. I know at one point in time there was an infinite octane. I thought it was here in the IRL, but I could be wrong. Oh, that's Inferno, not infinite. Duh. I've said it that way. I don't know how many times. It is an Inferno team. My apologies to the team. France K88 now back up into P9 once again after the pit stop from Timgren. And I thought he was a little further up in order there. But France K88 up into P9 from P12. So really moving along. It is Matu 79 here, still holding down strong.
Bear with me here again, no ladder. I gotta just make a switch on my YouTube again.
Yeah, no worries, man. Do your thing.
Oh, what a... we're so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We are really, really sorry from the bottom of our hearts on the production side. I am one of the production producers this season, and we are discussing things behind the scenes. That's why you haven't heard too much commentary from me. We've been trying to really sort this out all morning long here, and we're not exactly sure what's going on. So I just thank you, Nola, and everybody who's been here, and I believe that what we're going to do is have the live streams posted in the IRO Discord from each of the individual streamers, and you'll just go and watch it on their channels for the remainder of the race. So I believe that's what's going on. Until I hear differently, that's what we're going to expect. So again, we apologize, everybody, but let's get back to the racing. No longer keep doing your thing. I'm just going to make a quick change in my YouTube so it's public for everybody to find it easier again. And
absolutely no worries. It is Distinct Sheesh
out
in front of this race. 23.8 seconds, 50 laps and 39 laps to go here at Brands Hatch for this first stint of IRO's round 3 here. 8 hours of racing at Brands Hatch, and it has been quite exciting thus far. We have seen some incredible racing, and these guys just absolutely are impressive. I'll tell you what. Now, who is that? Fib and Nixon going at it. Fib racing, getting around Nixon there. Nixo, rather. I don't know why I said Nixon twice. I said it even.
it happens. It happens.
I'm telling you, man. It's okay. So it is 6 o'clock in the morning. I have been awake since 3 o'clock in the morning, and I did not go to sleep till midnight. So I'll give myself just a little bit of breathing room there. But I'll tell you what, it is Lewis and I'm telling racing absolutely back on the move in P2 and P3 again after their pit stops. Nixo falls back to P4, but incredible race has this team had. Elite Racing Squad in P4. They have had a really good showing here at the beginning of this race for the first stint of this 8 hours of racing at Brands Hatch. And I'll tell you, there's a couple of teams and a couple of drivers thus far that have stood out to me. It is Nixo now. It looks as though he is tracking down. Who is that? I believe
which position?
That is a Timgren. So is he? No, it is not. Okay. Yeah.
I kind of wish you had control of the stream right now so you could actually be looking where you're talking, because I've got so much going on in the background. I'm having a hard time keeping up here. You keep doing your thing. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Chat, you just bear with. I am trying to do the commentating as though you can't even see the race. So I'm just going to explain what's going on the track. It is Sheesh, Distinct Sheesh for the S7R Blazers. Team is 22.860 seconds out in front of Lewis. That 224 lone Ferrari on the racetrack, and he holds a 3.1 second over the racing here for P3. Nixo running along for the elite racing squad and that BMW, again, having himself a great race. It is my team Punisher here, also having a really strong showing here today. 52 laps.
Got a battle here in 10th place. I saw, just to cut you off here, just as I'm starting to try and catch back up, I catch a nice little juicy battle here. So let's check this out between Windfire and Matthew here. I believe that's our GT Finland Racers. No, that's number 23 car, so it's not our GT Finland team. That is, who is, come on, think Apex Motorsports. Apex Motorsports,
Yep.
number 23.
Yep.
GT Finland Racing Team is the car that's being chased right now. There we go. Okay. Brain's clicking in. All right, chat. So we apologize again on the IRO side of things. Again, the streams will be just live on our channel. So Stint 2 will be live over on Jaeger's YouTube channel. Stint 3 will be live on Nolander's channel, and then we'll be coming right back here to GT45 Gaming's channel for the final stint and podium interviews. And we'll have a much smoother viewing experience for everybody, with the exception of the jump to channel to channel. We do apologize about that, but you guys will be able at least to get the race in its full quality and the way you guys and gals should be able to get it. So again, we do apologize. We'll have to do a little a post-round assessment on our technical truck in the parking lot. I think the guys are sleeping back there. I don't know, maybe they were out partying too late last night, forgot to connect the right wires or something. But
Indeed, it appears they have a bit of the brown bottle flu going on there or something.
But perhaps something, a bug, a 24-hour bug or something going on race day there. I'm not sure, but we'll get moving and grooving here.
I'll tell you what, I am astounded right now. Just seen Punisher for my team has come in for his first pit stop, and I really don't understand this pit strategy. It's obviously
interesting.
Falling back to P11, and there's literally 26 laps remaining in this race, and yeah, this strategy just is not clicking to me right now. I admit maybe they know something I don't know.
Well, again, I believe, without knowing for sure, that there's tire mandates for the races as well, so you only have X amount of compounds you can use per stint, and maybe the hards may very well be a part of that requirement this weekend. I haven't looked into the back end because of everything that's been going on here leading up into the race here today, so... but I will dig for some of that information here throughout the broadcast and see what I can find. So,
yeah, I want to say that it was actually a mistake because I've not seen any other team jump on hards at all. However,
with that being said,
maybe trying to save an extra, soft or medium compound would be the reason for that.
It's the only thing I could think of. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll have to wait and see, or maybe it was just a strategy call. Maybe this is something that they've tested for, and then maybe they know something the rest of us don't. Well, what we do know is typically that tire is fairly significantly slower than the softer compounded tires. However, the tires will last for ages. I mean, you probably get 60 or 70 laps out of those tires, but you're probably only going to get maybe 30 quality laps out of them. And when you say quality, what is that pace on that tire, right? So it's definitely, I think, a high-risk maneuver going on there. We'll see how that works. We'll see what happens there. Maybe it's just a quick couple-and-done strategy. If we see that, then maybe that is something that we're going to see that's required here in the stints, and we're going to see all the drivers have to do a little dip in on for a hard tire run or something, but...
pit stops for
seeing some pit stops, yeah. And we're just kind of...
Those should be the final pit stops for those. I think that is everyone except for France K88, who hit at the very beginning of this race. He may be able to finish out this race. It's going to be really tight on fuel. I believe he could make the tires last. We shall see, though. If he needs to take another pit stop, I really hope that he doesn't, because that'll really kind of consolidate this stint for him. I mean, he's picking up the positions on a bummer start to the race.
4 racing hards is a tire allocation I'm hearing in the chat here, so... And it does seem like that our RX-7 Vision has retired for the day as well, is what I'm seeing. So our 12th place red and green RX Vision here looks like they are going to be putting that car back in the trailer today by the sounds of it.
Now, France K88 just coming into the pits. I was just wondering about that. We were just talking about that. Does dive into the pits for Project One Racing team there. And again, just love that livery. That's a brilliant color.
Absolutely. Project One Racing last season, especially in the last half of the last season in the 2025 GTC Championship, they really turned it on at the end of the season. I mean, they were sitting at, 5th, 6th, something like that in the point standings, and then they just came on fire. They figured out the car, they figured something out. Whatever it was they figured out, I mean, they were all of a sudden top contenders just like that, snap their fingers. So I've got my eyes on that number 20 car this season as well. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see where they end up here as the season progresses. But they've had a solid start, I think, this season without looking at the standings off the top of my head here. Again, I got some information I got to go peek at here yet this morning. But the race is starting to spread out a little bit here now. We're starting to seeing groups, little duos of cars fairly close to each other, a couple second gaps. So definitely some battles that could potentially start to brew here at some point. But, I mean, Project One now, this was a car that was in early on in trouble as well. If it wasn't a Nolan, number 20 car here, they had an incident or something at the beginning of the race. So still sitting about 12 seconds in behind, actually. So, I mean, they've been maintaining the pace of the race. So it definitely goes to show that they're on pace with the guys leading up front. But very tough to make up positions when you're literally at the pace of the race, right? You need to be a little bit faster than the pace of the race to get those positions. So working hard right there in the number 20 car for sure right now. Just keeping the team in there.
I'll tell you who's really working hard right now is Justine Sheesh for SMO Blazers. He's out in front, but he is losing time to Lewis. Considerable time, nearly 3 seconds, and not even as many laps going on here. Really starting to see the tire degradation come into play for that team, and starting to wonder myself whether or not we're going to end up seeing another pit stop from him. And if that's the case, I would get that done while you have the gap that you have now, because you're just losing it. If you're going to attempt to run out this the full length of this stint, then sure, stay out on track. If you want to save a tire compound for a later stint, totally understandable. It'll be very interesting to see what happens there.
Absolutely. So following the race leader here, like Nolander was saying, a nice, good, healthy lead right now. Definitely has picked up the pace, 17 seconds, but potentially owing a pit stop here before the end of the race. And judging by what I'm seeing on fuel load of the car here, and there's no point in not talking about it since you all can see it here this weekend. We may change that in the final stint. I'm going to go dig into our graphics, our graphics vault, and potentially go dig up some of the graphics there in stint number 4, so we can keep that information a little more low key, especially for the final stint of the race. But interesting to see how these tire strategies are going to work out throughout the race here. So Lewis, like Nolander was saying, he was in charge of this race for a long period of time, but then the strategy of the number 7 Sector 7 Blazer team has gotten that team about 18 seconds into the lead here. But we are going to see a pit stop from that team here shortly, so we'll see what that gap is once that pit stop transition happens and where the number 7 car comes out in the field. Right now I'm guessing somewhere in around 3rd to 5th place. I'm thinking.
He's losing a second per lap. I would, knowing he's going to have to pit again, I would do it now. Well, he's not hemorrhaging so much time to that driver. Lewis is quick. He's been showing how quick he is all day long. That Ferrari is really moving and grooving for him here today at Brands Hatch. Definitely a very suitable car for the track, and yeah, he's running it and making it look good and strong.
Absolutely. And Chile here in 4th place from Inferno Motorsports right now. 4 seconds ahead of the Feel Good Racing team and 16 seconds in behind the podium here right now. But little bit of spread, but different pit strategies coming from the teams are going to create that in these races. So, again, we'll see how all that works out at the end of 8 hours here today, because nothing is set in stone until that checkered flag waves. And then we can finish the chapter on the storybook, so to speak. So Feel Good Racing here in 5th place, looking nice and strong in that. The yellow and white livery really works well with the black on this car. I'm not usually typically a huge fan of yellow myself for colors on cars, but they made that look really good on this Feel Good Racing Porsche here today.
Yeah, I concur. It's a very well done livery. The styling on it is different than what is typical of the Porsche, and I'm actually rather enjoying it. It's laid out very nicely, designed overall.
Absolutely. All right, we got our number 73 BMW here as well in 6th position. That is our Elite Racing Squad team here. And, I mean, they're the lead BMW right now. I know Chile is, I guess, in 4th place in Inferno Motorsports there. But, they've been right there battling in that mid-pack hard all day long. And it definitely seems like the front engine cars are just a little bit beefier trying to get around this racetrack than the Porsches and the Ferrari on track right now. They need a little more of a turning berth.
Yeah. Yeah, Nixo here, he's pulling purples right now. He has been on the move all race long in that BMW, really doing a fantastic job. In my opinion, probably the strongest on track right now as far as the front engine rear wheel drive cars go, the muscle cars as it were. And I do suspect we're going to see a swap of these BMWs before the end of this stint. We will likely see that Nixon car being in front of Team Inferno. That is my guess. The Elite will finish ahead of Inferno. Who's placing bets? Oh.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. Obviously not for real, buddy. This is just for the sake of bragging rights, because, gambling on YouTube is forbidden.
Right.
But we all get the gist.
What you do within the privacy of your own home is done within the privacy of your own home.
That's right. All right, Harlock here for the defending champions here, our number 1 car, the ERA esports team here. That gold and silver car here at Brad's Hatch today has their work cut out for him here, currently sitting in 8th place. Harlock behind the wheel here. And, this is a team that works hard. They worked really hard the first season. They just missed out to, it was a QRT, I believe, ORT, pardon me. It was an Overboost Racing team that won our Season 1, and then they came in, fought real strong and hard, and it went right down to the final race of the season last season for our number 1 car. They carry the number 1 because they are the defending champions this season. They do have that option, obviously, leading into the next championship season if they want to carry that number 1. They don't have to, but the team opted to do so this season. They had a really good season last season. It was a fight right to the bitter end, and they're right in the thick of it here again this season. But it's sitting in the mid-pack here currently right now, so we'll see what they have here as this race progresses as well. But we always got our eyes on the defending champions every season here, and currently sitting in 8th place right now on the racetrack. That takes us to our GT Finland Racing Porsche here. Absolutely bright cherry red. Always looks good. Greetings. Hope everybody's doing fantastic. Hope everybody's having a fantastic weekend, and I hope we're all enjoying the racing. And rock and roll here from the International Racing Organization. So a little bit of technical malfunctions here in the early part of the race, but we have our backup plan in motion, and we are moving and grooving. So, all right, keep moving through here. My team 54 Mercedes. I'm just going to quickly do this here real quick, and then we'll jump back up. We did see the pit stop from Sector 7 as well. We haven't had a chance to really talk about our teams yet, so we'll definitely get in what we can here. Again, my team Esports 54 Mercedes here. On the hard tires here. So, to the best of my understanding, it's 6 sets of racing softs, it's 2 sets of racing mediums, and 4 sets of racing hards is the tire allocation here. So, we are going to see some of these teams that have opted to use some of the softer compounds of tires early on in the race now have to move to some of the slower compounds of tires through the middle part of this race. So, the bigger question is how many sets of soft tires do you allocate to your final driver in the final 2-hour push for the checkered flag here today? That is going to be the big question mark here. Project One Racing here has closed the gap on the My Team Mercedes here. So our 11th place driver, they were, I want to say they were about 25 or 30 seconds behind after whatever happened very early on in the race here. They've now climbed to the back end of this pack here and are looking to strike and move themselves up their first position since having that moment very early on in the race. So again, that Project One Racing team, that number 20 car, came on really hot at the end of last season, showing their strengths here again out on the racetrack right now. Resilience is key in these endurance races. These guys have experience under their belt. They know the grind and the gruel of these races, and they're putting all that experience to work here today to try and get back up through the field.
Yeah, 62 laps into a 90 lap race. That's some severe concentration. No, side by side, it's France K88 and My Team Punisher both getting a little bit slideways there coming into Paddock Hill Bend. But France K88 for Team Project One Racing gets the move done. No big surprise there, as obviously
we got to see that again.
He's on a much better compound of tire there. A little bit more sticky is the Porsche than that AMG. I can tell you what. Tell you what,
so hard on the brakes there going into Paddock Hill Bend. You can see the brake wobble, the brake slide in that Porsche. A little bit of a touch between the two cars there too, as I see on the replay there. Boy, tense moments right there between the 54 and the 20 car.
I'll tell you what. Big props to the number 54 driver there. That car is not fun to drive on racing hards. I can tell you that much from experience. It is an absolute handful when you put it on the track anytime. That car can get very wily on you, but you put hard tires on it and it is an absolute beast to try to tame.
Absolutely.
And
especially around this track. It looks like that the Portugal team has retired for the day, to the best of my understanding, Pekka. So unsure what exactly happened that has caused them to have to make that decision per se, but it does appear like we're going to see that car retired for the day here by the sounds of it.
Yeah, most unfortunate. So let's get back up to the top of the field here in the form of Lewis now leading this race once again, and Fib is now back into P2. However, we have S7R Blazers in the form of Distinct. Sheesh! He is moving today. Back up into P3 and only 2.9 to 3 seconds off the back of Fib. With, what do we got here? 24 rather laps remaining in this race. Are we going to? Are we going to be able to see Sheesh actually come back and battle with Lewis for P1? That will be remain to be seen.
It very well could be picked. It would definitely, like I said, we haven't heard from the team themselves exactly what's happening there, but I mean, we chalk it up as a mechanical malfunction or a technical issue, and I mean, we hate to see it. We hate to see it for sure.
Yep, it's one of those two.
All right, so feel good racing here, kind of just chilling right now.
Yeah, indeed he is. Not under any kind of threat necessarily.
There we go. We have our answer in the chat there for those that are wondering if we want to know what happened to our Portugal All-Star racers. One of our race officials here at the International Racing Organization coming in with that information, the need to know stuff, you know, the good stuff.
Oh man. That is a difficult decision to make. You aren't
kidding. I mean, I could take that back to last season when we were racing in Split 2. We were at the Road Atlanta race. You know, we were really excited about that Road Atlanta race, and we had a driver not feeling well in the very beginning of the race. We had to make a very, very last second change into the train. We had to change everything that was going on, and you know, that little bit of panic, that little bit of fluster, that little bit of a technical problem pre-race, you know, ultimately kind of led to us not having a great start to the race, and then the car wasn't working well, and then we ended up having to retire just before the first stint had ended. So we barely even got into the race. You know what happens in racing, and And adversity is everything in endurance racing, and I mean, I say that I think every season. Every one of these teams, whether they're experienced or not in this championship, at some point throughout this season will face adversity. How you handle that adversity will shape and determine how your season will go from there on in. So, I mean, it's just all about resetting and coming back strong the next racing round and doing the best that you can. So, you know, it's all a part of it. It's all a part of it. It's a grind. For sure.
No doubt, grit and determination. That is what it takes. It takes some severe mental fortitude to overcome a bad start to a race, and you just have to do it. You just have to do that that mind game to get yourself into the mindset that we're just going to mentally block that out.
Yep.
That has happened. It's in the past. We'll move on. We're not in quicksand here. Things are not going to just get worse and worse and worse. But sometimes, if you cannot overcome that and put that in your head, that you just forget about that, don't even worry about it, we're starting right now.
Well,
if
I mean,
you don't do that, you can get into a mindset of you're in quicksand. One thing goes wrong, the next thing.
That's not the reason why they retired, though. It's not because because it's just sometimes the driver availability was the point of my story, right? It turned out we just didn't have driver availability as well that day, and you have to make that call because at the end of the day, if you don't meet those requirements, I guess outside of getting your track experience and track time, I mean, it was really all for naught, right? So sometimes it's just easier to have to make a tough decision. And I mean, where Nolander's touching on the mental side of things, that does affect you. You think about that as racers, and that you had to make that decision, right? That's what you have to overcome. That's the adversity that you face right there.
Well, I'm talking about any bad start to a race.
Oh, for sure.
It would take Project One racing team for France K88 had an off right at the very beginning, took damage. At the very beginning of the race, had to jump into the pits. He came out of the pits, surprisingly enough, within a lap or two, was only just 12 seconds outside of the place. Now finds himself in P10, has been as far up as P9 throughout the race, and that's what it takes. It takes that mindset that the race starts now.
Yeah, exactly.
And you move on, you move forward, and you keep putting in consistent laps, as y'all can see there, in the 23s, for many of those laps, and again right there, 23-second lap, and he's just pushing on, pushing forward, and
I agree.
Gonna get it done.
I mean, everybody else is out here sweating in these hot race cars or white knuckle driving right now. There's a few Code Brown moments, I'm sure, from each of these racers in certain parts of this racetrack, like Paddock Hill Bend at times. And he's just sitting there chilling, eating, having a nice, good, protein shake, and then rebuilding the body in pit lane there. I agree. He's probably in the best spot of them all right now. He's got a hot meal and can just refresh for sure. I think she's on something right there.
Reboot and refresh. Get back after it again another day. Okay, so Ashish has now caught up to Fib Racing. 0.6 of a second separate P2 from P3 as they come in and out of Xerxes onto the back straight. Not gaining as quickly as what I suspected he would on the back straight there, but we'll see how this goes. I don't suspect it's going to be very long at all before that S7R Blazers team finds himself in P2 and starting to claw his way up to Lewis. Lewis hoping for a breakdown or something in that Porsche because he's seen him coming all race long.
Absolutely. I mean, Sector 7 team's been on it all season long here as well. They've been applying pressure at top end of the field all season long. I mean, they were a formidable opponent last season as well. They were in that fight for the championship throughout the season as well. They had a lot of mechanical issues and a lot of technical issues with their race cars last season. And ultimately, that might have been what capitalized their season last season was just the issues and the malfunctions that happen with racing and the machinery that comes with it, our equipment to sim racers. So this year, I mean, they look determined. That's a good way that I could explain it compared to last season. I mean, they wanted to win last season, but it's like they're hungry for it this season, much like ERA was, our defending champions coming into last season. You know, they were hungry, they wanted it, they fought for it. And that's what Sector 7 seems to be doing this season. They are pulling out all the stops here and really trying to send it hard this season and secure their first GTEC championship as well. And there's a long season to go, it's a long road, but right now they are definitely hungry on that racetrack. You can see it here today.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I don't think that, I believe they finished in P2 overall standings last season.
I believe you're correct, yes. I believe that's correct.
Yeah, and for them, I can see in the way, just from the get-go, the start, just round 3 here, you can really tell that in their minds, they're like, we were the first losers. And it's not going to be that way this year.
Well, you know,
they certainly are.
It's funny. I remember an interview with, I believe it was ERA's Evo in season 1 at the end of the season, and you know, you could hear that a little bit of defeat in their voices, but they were still proud of their season, right? You know, they still got that vibe there, but you know, it's like, oh man, we missed it. Oh, it was, you know, we could have had it, right? And then we interviewed them at the end of last season, and you know, they were a lot. They're still along that baseline, except for the fact that they got it, but they realized, you know, how hard they had to work and what they had to do to get there. And then, of course, you come into this season, and the competition's even stiffer, right? So, I mean, you know, ERA was super hungry last season, and they found a way, you know, through hard work, perseverance, good team communication, and the right decisions at the right times. You know, got them their championship last season, and I mean, Sector 7, that's exactly what they're taking a page out of our #1 cars program from last season right here, basically word for word, as it seems early on this season anyways.
Yeah, this is a good battle here. Thib doing a fantastic job on those racing mediums, being able to hold off that S7R Blazers car, the #7. I'm expecting the move to come, and it's just not coming.
Well, I mean, it's a good defensive positioning here from Thib as well, right? I mean, he's just parking that car kind of in the center line where he can, and that's just enough to keep the door closed from the 7 car chasing in behind. So the OVO, our current championship points leaders, I believe, coming into round 3 here today. I mean, they're not the championship points leaders for no reason. They definitely know what they're doing on the racetrack. And they're putting on a little bit of a show of it here today. I mean, I'm sure they're more than aware that the 7 car's on a faster tire here, as obviously their crew chief's probably been relaying that timing information and any other information that's available to them to their racers. So I'm sure they're more than aware of the situation they're in here right now. But the medium tire, really in reality, is only about a second, maybe 1.2 seconds slower at max on pace than that soft tire. So I mean, you can defend a soft tire runner on that medium tire. You just have to be so flawless. You can't give them an opening.
I could see where it needs to happen. It's got to happen, and I thought he was going to do it there. I thought Thib was going to go for the move coming out of Xerxes, but what he didn't do is he didn't give himself quite enough space. I think he needs to back away from that car just a little bit more. That way he can get the run and the overspeed coming out of Xerxes before getting onto that stretch. If he can take that corner a little bit faster, get a little bit better of exit, I think he can certainly make that pass coming onto that back stretch there.
I don't know, there's some great defensive driving right now. Just great positioning of the race car. It's not even defensive driving. I don't even want to call it defensive driving because he's not really defending here. It's just great car positioning.
Yep. He's just making sure he's hitting those apexes, staying right on that racing line again. As you said, not a defensive move per se one. He's just parking that car on the apex and telling Geesh, look, if you want this position, go after it. Go get it. You're doing it on the outside.
Absolutely. You're gonna take the hard way around. Absolutely. That's driving. That's racing 101 right there when you're in this situation. So, and I mean, you could wear that tire out in behind you on the medium tire with a soft tire runner chasing. If you can keep them back there long enough in that dirty air, you could potentially get them to the point where they're no faster than you are. So, I mean, great strategy here right now from the number 2 car. But this is great news for Lewis in first place right now from NWS Motorsports. I mean, sitting in first place and chilling with an 8.3 second lead, and we got this potential battle brewing right in behind. It's not a full-on onslaught yet, but you know that these drivers are paying attention. You know, they're looking in the mirrors, or they're changing just slightly their line a little bit to try and attack and defend. That is definitely costing them, you know, a 2/10 lap here, and that is crucial right now for the race leader trying to control the pace of this race with that Ferrari up front.
Yeah, and the Ferrari up front knows he's bleeding time right now. Thib has had to pick up his pace a bit to keep the S7R Blazers car behind him, and in doing so, they are catching Lewis. And of course, you know, 2 cars are faster than 1, but there's really not a whole lot of space on Brands Hatch for drafting to really make much of a difference at all. It really still comes down to overall pace, but even more so consistency here. But these 2 Porsches are really going to be giving that Ferrari a run, and man, I
see a little defensive. We saw a defensive posture right there come from the 111 car. He did hit the center of the track there, make sure there wasn't going to be a move down the straight there. So there was a defensive posture there. So it is game on here now. You definitely feel the pressure here now. Is Sim Racing, and it definitely looks like Jish is definitely looking for a plan of attack here now. It looks like he's had enough sitting in behind, and he knows that he needs to get in front of this car sooner than later.
Yep, and Thib has just picked up a half-second penalty, so he is going to lose that position, and Sheesh is going to be making a run for P1, and there is plenty of racing laps to do it in, and only 7 seconds to make up. He is on the faster compound of tire with way better degradation. Lewis's tires are really starting to fall off, and you can tell because Thib is catching him on the mediums.
Absolutely, and I mean our second place driver's tires are looking pretty good here too. So Lewis is definitely on the worst end of that right now as far as wear on the race car goes. But a 7-second gap is his game plan here. With 25 laps left, like Nolander states, I don't know right now if he's got enough tire left on that car to hold these 2 off for the charge here for that overall race lead.
Well, case in point for me would have to be Timgren. He made those softs last 45 laps. He was making moves on the outside. And speaking of which, for P4 and P5, Nixo right behind Timgren, 0.6 of a second as they come down the back stretch out of Xerxes. Nixo may be trying to think about making a move here on Timgren. That is going to be a decent little battle if that's the case, because we've seen not only the defensive capabilities of Timgren, but also
we got a position change here.
Outside.
Hold on, Jeesh now in second place here. So while we were looking at Feel Good Racing there, we did miss that bass. So let's get that on replay here. And there we go. He just got momentum, got the overspeed coming into the final corner here. I believe that's Clark's Bend, and got it done on the outside there. So you even seen a little bit of a response there from Thib Racing there, just to make sure he left enough room there, because he realized that the 7 car had to run. And 7 car finally gets the job done, finally gets ahead and into second place, and now can try to utilize that open clean air to try and reel in first place here. We're going to start seeing that time drip down very quickly here, I think. So
Ooh, very interesting. The Inferno team driver, Chili, diving into the pits, and he jumps onto the racing card. So very interesting.
Ooh, little touch. 20 car cannot hold it together. The 20 car does go around. Oh, that was super unfortunate right there. Just a transition. I get pit entrant exit in a very tough spot here at Brands Hatch. and that was just cause and effect of that exact timing of being the car coming into Paddock Hill Bend with a car coming out of pit lane, and just the slightest amount of a touch there, and unfortunately there for the P1R20 car there, it got a little bit sideways there, managed to keep it out of the wall and keep damage off the racing car there, but really unfortunate there. It just cut in a little too tight, I think, there, and just pinched in on the BMW there, and a little bit of contact made. I mean, unfortunately there, the car coming out pit lane does kind of own the right to the inside part of that corner. I think that was just a slight miscalculation of space between the two drivers right there, and you hate to see it, but everybody's still moving and grooving, and the 20 car is going to keep pushing. So battle here for...
Big battle, 4 and 5.
Yep, watching it right now. We caught it on the radar there. We are on the ball now. Look at us go. Look at us go.
That was a great move by Nixo. Did you get the replay in? That was really well done.
Let's see if we can get it far enough back. I don't... Nah, we just missed it. We just missed it.
Oh, bummer. Nixo showing he can get some moves done there as well. And now it's a Timgren going to take a look around the outside once again. Just decides to back off, and
he gets a good run there, though. He did get a good run there. Yeah, he had a good line through the corner. The BMW got a little wide. He gets a little wide here again, too. Oh, boy, that BMW is really pushing hard here to try and open up the gap to the Feel Good Racing Team after getting the pass done. Feel Good Racing Team is just chilling back there. He's just sticking to the line, sticking to his plan, sticking to his pace. I mean, he is adding a huge amount of pressure to this BMW trying to open the gap up here. So let's stick with this here for a few more corners to see if anything else develops, see if we get a response from the Feel Good Racing yellow and white Porsche here. But it was looking juicy there for a second. I thought we were going to see a response battle there, but it does appear now the BMW's got it. Got himself settled down a little bit there behind the wheel, and he's got the lines a little bit crisper here now, and starting to slowly open that gap up on the Feel Good Racing Team. But we do see Windfire from the GT or the Apex Motorsports Racing Team, pardon me, starting to close in back there as well. So.
Yep, he certainly is. I've been watching that, and he is definitely creeping. Definitely creeping. Harlock, you're in P7 for ERA, so Race Asylum team here. Been having quite the race. Has had some separation to Windfire, though. Him and Windfire have been racing together for much of this race. And I'm not entirely sure what happened, but 6.5 second gap now between Windfire and Harlock.
And we know, keeping in mind, there's only so many tires allocated for the racing day here today, and they have really spiced it up with the tire compounds this weekend here at Brands Hatch. So, you know, we are going to see these guys jockey positions around throughout the next 6 hours, 6 hours and a little bit of this race yet, depending on the next stint and the tire compounds that driver is opted to use or scheduled to use. I think that sometimes those audibles have to be made in racing situations as well. Sometimes you got to change things on the fly. So I think this is just strategy playing out. But I mean, they are up a position from 8th place from where they were a little while ago as last time we went through the field there. So I mean, they are starting to make some time up the racetrack. Currently 43 seconds behind the race leader overall. So still on the lead lap here as well in 7th place. So that's pretty good. And we're also in the lead lap here for our GT Finland 66 Porsche here as well. There's just on the tail end of that lead lap, and Chile with the Inferno Motorsports team just making a pit stop there, still on that lead lap, and the 21 car just on the lead lap here as well. Is the number 11 still there? Number 11 car just went down a lap here to our race leader just recently. So only one car down a lap here currently as well, almost 2 hours in, which is pretty good here at Brands Hatch with how easy it is to make the mistake, especially when you're hard battling for position, how wide the racetrack is, and how much grass is all around your exits and entries going around here. This may very well be one of the hardest races of the season, actually, this season, even though it's only out of race. I mean, we have some big tracks on the lineup this season, but just the technicality of this racetrack and the machinery on this small racetrack, essentially, it really adds the difficulty factor up, in my opinion.
Yeah, no doubt. You can, the technicality of the racetrack, how short the racetrack is, definitely, as good as every driver is in the IRO, really rather surprised to only see that one car has fallen off the lead lap here 80 laps in. However, we are looking at Lewis really starting to struggle on these softs. I mean, he's holding it together. He's still putting in very decent lap times, especially for having such worn rubber on that car. But that time is dropping off. The S7R Blazers team is now within 3.6 seconds with 9 laps to go. Can he get it done? Are we going to see a lead change here at the end of the race? I mean, I don't know. My guess is it's going to happen, but I don't think, in fact, I know Lewis is not going to just hand him that position.
Oh, absolutely not. You wouldn't think that's exactly, you wouldn't think for a second that's going to be the case. I mean, we've seen Thib Racing there from OVO there absolutely defend that position for his life. And I'm not sure why we got that up on screen there. I guess we could do that to hide the information actually, but that's just not visually appealing. It's just all right, Thib Racing here in third place, and we're starting to see a little of separation here. The Mercedes is mixed in there. My Team Esports with those top third and fourth place driver in between them right now. Currently blue flag situation for the 54 car. And we move back here to the Elite Racing Squad in that BMW. They have now definitely opened that gap up a little bit on the Feel Good Racing Porsche here. Almost got it down to 1.5 seconds. Broke the slipstream, which is the important factor there when you're trying to gap or open up enough space so you can breathe a little bit being chased down. So has broken the slipstream, that's the important thing. And just trying to stay focused in and trying to make up what time they can. We got Windfire here from Apex Motorsports. I mean, 2.3 seconds now in behind that Feel Good Racing Porsche. It seems like he's gaining a little bit, so we have to keep our eye for that battle for 5th place here, I think, before the end of this stint as well. Harlech is also slowly closing in on Windfire. It's now under 6 seconds here. Little gains here right now in the mid-pack on each other, it seems like, and should make things interesting, if not near the end of the stint. Definitely a driver swap. All right, driver swap's going to be slightly different here, ladies and gentlemen, so we'll run this stream until all of our drivers come into pit lane, and then we will pin the link for our next content creator in the YouTube channel right here on my page, and we'll also post that in the IRO Discord for everybody as well for our viewers. Again, we apologize to make everybody jump around. Seems to be our trend this season, but we just want to make sure you guys are getting the top quality content, and if that means we got to do it on each of the streamers' pages so you guys get that 1080p and that great sound and that great audio quality, then that's what we're going to do for the sake of you guys and gals to come in and show us support every racing weekend, every month. So we really do appreciate you. We love you all. We thank you all for your patience. And I swear we will get a beautiful broadcast on that IRO channel at some point this season. We will get the kinks worked out of the system.
Yeah, down to 2 seconds now is the lead for Lewis. With 7 laps remaining in the race, Lewis is starting to come under threat, down to 1.8 seconds now, and Sheesh is absolutely putting the screws to it, and he's pushing hard.
It's way too early in the morning for that. You're making me laugh every time you do that. Oh man. Well, I got tears in my eyes. It's funny.
I believe that is with the way
totally.
it is spelled, that's how his name should be said.
I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. I mean, racing is supposed to be fun. We got to have fun in the booth with it too, right? I mean,
right. Absolutely.
All the pressure and all the stress aside that these drivers are facing for what's on the line for these guys, you know, that the bragging rights to be the champion of the GT in 2026, you know, to be the best in this massive elite field of drivers this season, you know. And, you know, it's nice to have a little bit of laughter and a little bit of stuff outside of all that pressure and all that heat here as well. So it keeps the mood light, you know. Got to keep the mood light.
Speaking of heat, Lewis is coming under the heat of the battle, down to 1.1 seconds, very nearly into the slipstream of Lewis. Plenty of time to go. to get this job done. But again, it's still going to be difficult. Brands Hatch, not an easy track, as we have seen, to get a move made on. It is one thing to catch a driver. It is a whole other thing to get around him. Regardless of how worn the driver in front of these tires are, under a second now, so well within the slipstream of this car now, and boy howdy, it is battle on for the race lead.
Absolutely. We're definitely going to be sticking with this here. You know, the Ferrari, a much wider car than the Porsche here too. It's definitely got a little bit more width to it than the Porsche does, so a little bit easier for Lewis to make that car seem much wider than it actually is. So we'll see how much harder it is for Gtec to find an opening on this Ferrari. Again, if he does much of the same thing that we've seen from Tib Racing and just keeps that positioning of that race car picture perfect all the way around, it's going to be very hard for that 7 car to find an opportunity or an opening to make the pass for the race lead here. So basically now Lewis's job is to make that car as wide as possible.
Indeed, and here's the thing, this could very well end up being a 3-way battle. 5 laps remaining, and Thib is now back within 2.7 seconds, and he is gaining on these two out in front. Not by much, but a 10th here and a 10th there, and that's how you get the job done. 10th at a time.
And I mean, you got to give credit to Lewis here right now, and I mean, holding the line's real solid still. I haven't seen Gtec really apply or take the big look yet to see if they're, you know, I think he's assessing right now. I think he's just sitting in behind the 224 car. He's looking for the spots on the track that car is really weak right now and trying to see if they can capitalize on it in maybe a particular sector or set of corners. And I think that's exactly what's happening here right now. I think he's just sitting in behind, assessing the situation at the moment. And yeah, no, he is get to run here, but he's not. Is he going to take it? He is. He's going to take it going into the braking, go a little bit later on the brakes. Obviously, the better tire compound.
Nice.
And great clean pass right there from Gtec for the race lead here. So, boy, I think we're going to see a pretty heated battle here between these top 3.
Yeah, here comes Thib, too. He's 1.8 seconds now.
Absolutely.
He's over half a second. And he is cruising. Thib is running for it. He's trying to gain him. He's now gained a half a second in 2 corners. Lewis may end up being on that final podium position. Oh boy, howdy. I'll tell you what, man, things are getting exciting here towards the end of stint number 1 for round 3 at the IRO Brands Hatch. 8 hours of racing. And, ooh, the adrenaline is running for me, too. I can imagine what it's like for these drivers out on track here today.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, these guys are used to this, so they're used to racing at this kind of level against this kind of competition, against drivers that are just as equally good and paced as they are. So, I mean, these guys are used to this. So it's another day at the office probably for a lot of these racers in here. But, I mean, you just can't help it. It's a different style of racing on Gran Turismo 7. We're so used to our 20-minute sprints, or we're so used to our 1-hour endurance races. You throw in a 24-hour or 12 or an 8-hour race, and it applies a different kind of pressure. It really does. It really does.
Whoa, man!
Absolutely.
This could get very interesting if Thib can get around Lewis here really quickly. Lewis is only 1.1 seconds off the back of Gtec. Gtec has not run away with this thing like I expected he would. And if Thib gets around Lewis, Gtec may have a battle on his hands again for P1. I don't know. It's going to be very close. Only 3 laps here remaining for him to get the job done, but Thib is right there.
Absolutely. I mean, the 224 car, he's in survival mode right now. I mean, trying to maintain pace, trying to maintain position, and also trying to keep those tires alive for these last 3 laps. I mean, Brands Hatch is a bit of a tire eater. You're making lots of corners. You're on the brakes a lot here. There's a lot of undulating corners here, and there's a couple of off-camber corners here as well. So it really messes with your racing tires underneath the car. You know, every little mistake, every little overspeed, every little extra brake or a little tire lock, eats those tires up in here. Ooh, big move, looking for the over-under coming out of Surtees here. Is he going to get the job done? He's going to get the run.
He's going to try the outside.
Ooh, we got a battle. We got a battle. A great over-under attempt there that leads to a drag race leading into the right bend here.
Ooh.
Great respect shown by the racers right there. Lots of respect shown from the 111 car, giving ample room to the 224 car as well. And great battle here. We're sticking with this battle now. And this is great for G. She can just start to drive away on those nice, good, cooking soft tires here. Oh, side by side through here. This is absolutely a very difficult racing sector to do that in. And boy, oh boy, great racing right there. We are running that back. We are running that back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Beautiful pass from the 111 OVO Esports racing team right there. Taking the big chance, taking the big risk in a very difficult part of the racetrack. Typically, you don't see guys opt to make the pass here, but the 111 car was like, hold my beer. We're sending it.
Well said, my friend. I'll tell you what, hands down, props to Lewis, the way he held on to that Ferrari. He had well over 3/4 of that car was onto the grass, and he just kept his foot into it and maintained, and didn't even start to get sideways until the next corner after that. Brilliant battle there for P2 and P3. I do not believe Thib is going to have enough time, although he is gaining on Jish. He's short of something absolutely catastrophe happening here on track. Something catastrophic is going to have to happen for him to catch Jish.
All right, so as we are leading into our pit lane entry here for driver swap, we got a battle for 5th place here. So the Feel Good Racing Porsche now starting to feel the heat from our Apex Motorsports Porsche Windfire, now within 3/4 of a second here of the Feel Good Racing Porsche. So in the slipstream here now, and enough time to potentially get this position before we see that pit entry for driver swap. So Jaeger will be live on his channel, and we should be posted in the general chat here, if not already, very shortly, for everybody to jump over after this transition. Like I said, we will stay live until our final driver goes over, and then everybody head over to Jaeger's channel there for the second stint of the race, and I'll post that here if I get the link beforehand as well. But we already got to jump back up front here because I'd like to get the timing this close to the end of the race. So it's a 2.8 second gap from first to second place right now, and then we've got 2 seconds basically flat from second to third place, 5.7 from the leader, and 2.3 seconds back. And we just like to get through to get the live timing up right before the end of the stints, just in case we need it. You never know. This is more so for our race control officials working behind the scenes ever so hard here, the hosts and all the people that keep the gears moving here at IRO live as things are happening. So keeping an eye on that battle. Yep. Trying to keep an eye on it all here. There's so much going on. Am I right in saying Jish has used 3 softs? You are correct. You are correct, Jensen. Yes. So that takes 3 out of their 6 for the weekend.
Well, I'll tell you what, the strategy paid off. He finds himself finishing in P1, stint 1 here for that S7R Blazers team. And what a race, what a race. Thib comes in P2. It'll be Lewis in P3. We will have Nixo coming around in that elite BMW. He will grab P4. Feel Good Racing Team Timgren under attack from Windfire. This battle is not yet over. Yes, it is. Just barely gets in ahead. So it'll be a Timgren in P5, Windfire P6. Harlock will come in P7, just behind as well. Matu coming around now. And we'll have a minute before he gets there. Not a minute, but a half a minute.
Just bear with me, chat. I'm trying to get the next stream into the chat for you guys.
Yep, I believe he should be live by now.
Yeah, he is. He just posted it, so I'm gonna
yes, indeed he is.
just get that for everybody here in my YouTube channel. There we go.
Are we muted?
We shouldn't be. Not yet.
Not yet. He started. He's live. So.
That's all right. We're sticking with this until everybody's in here.
Exactly. Don't answer those questions. Where are the teams and drivers? P4.
stay quiet for now. Yes. There we go. All right, so there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. So they've been released now. So Jaeger has Stint 2 live over on his YouTube channel. Everybody head there. I just posted a link in the chat for everybody to get the quick option to jump over. If not, the link is also posted in the IRO Discord channel. We appreciate everybody tuning in. And Jaeger does now have the next 2 hours of racing action live. And then Nolander will be taking the helm for hours number 5 and 6, and then he'll be right back here on GT45 Gaming for the final 2 hours and podium interviews of the race. We appreciate you all. Thank you for your patience early on this morning, and hope you guys enjoy the remainder of our 8 hours of Brands Hatch race here. So Jaeger has the helm for stint number 2. Enjoy the stylings of Jaegeroki. I'm sure we'll get a song at some point. We love you all. We appreciate you all. And we're going to have this live until the host ends the lobby. So for those that want to stick out and just watch what happens, I guess, at the end of a driver's stint, because maybe you're curious, that's cool. But we definitely appreciate you hanging out, and can't wait to see what stint number 2 has in store. Great racing action here in the first 2 hours of the race. And the stories are far, far from written here today. Number 7, Sector 7 racing team looking very strong here early on. However, though, strategy is key with the tire compound allotments here today, and this story is way too early to even be predicted on what's going to happen. Plot twists and all the works are about to happen here yet this weekend for sure. This is just so that we have an official race finish, so our host has a replay in case we need any evidence review, we need timing review, any of that from behind the scenes. This is what we're watching here now. Appreciate you, JP, appreciate you. It was a little, Nolander was clutch. Nolander was clutch. Massive thank you to Nolander Gaming today. I mean, if he was not here this morning, this might have been a much different start to the race. Nolander really held it together here while I got the back end sorted out the best we could. So huge thank you to Nolander Gaming, and we appreciate y'all. See you guys over in stint number 2 in Jaeger's stream.
Just want to make sure that they got everybody started. I don't need to stay in the lobby.